Hi everyone, it's Paul from PB Sports Talk. I uh, I didn't plan on doing this today or tonight. I thought long and hard about it. I've got about 101 fever. I was bawling my eyes out for a couple of hours today, and I see there's a little bit of lag on the screen just to top off a horrific day. So I apologize for that. Um, I have my own political beliefs, but that's not why. That's not why I'm here to talk. Um, there's not even a lot of words anymore. I'm 53 years old, and this is not the same world that I was born into. It's completely changed. The moral compass is gone. People are angry. People think that silencing somebody or attempting to kill somebody or assassinating somebody or punching somebody or stomping their heads or assaulting them verbally is the answer to all of this. And it's just not. And let me just stop for a second and just say, Charlie Kirk, 31, 32 years old. I've followed him closely now for years. What a brilliant, brilliant guy. You can disagree or you can agree. What a brilliant, forward thinking dynamo. I mean, dude started Turning Point at, I don't even, it was like, it was a teenager. And he didn't even go to college. And he was relentless to try to give people a voice and built a beautiful family. And I don't have children. I have a beautiful wife, but I don't have children. I don't have any children. I coached for a long time, so I have some understanding. I was born into a family that was huge, and I have 29 first cousins. So I get the family aspect of it, and to watch his wife and those children's lives be altered forever. And his memory will live on, and I'm sure they will carry his torch. But Charlie was a good dude. He was a good, honorable person. And there's a lot of people from the other side that I don't agree with, but I don't wish them dead. He was silenced today. I truly believe that. He was making a monumental impact, and he was viewed as a threat. And without him and the young vote, Trump probably didn't win that election. And I think they know that. And I think that they knew that he was making further and further and further inroads and has a massive following. Like I said, I have followed him and I've watched his stuff. I've watched what he's done with Turning Point, and he was a threat. He was a threat in a good way. Okay. I mean, his famous line, if you disagree with what I'm saying, come to the front of the line. Like, where do you even hear that? People don't encourage debate. People don't encourage dialogue like that. They just don't do it. So calm, so composed. And I think that made it worse. They knew that he was persuasive. They knew he didn't have to yell. They knew he didn't have to resort to crazy stuff. People gravitated towards it. And his wife, his children, his family, my gosh. Charlie, rest in peace. May God bless your children. I mean, I was bawling literally for 2 hours. I'm not even going to lie. And it wasn't just feeling crappy because of a fever. It's like, this is every day, basically every day. While this was going on and it got overshadowed, there was a school shooting in Colorado with 2 kids being injured, and I haven't heard what ended up coming of that. I don't see how this ends. I really don't see. I mean, you have mainstream media cheering this on. There are people all over social media and even on my feed, on some of the comments that I made. Now he can't talk anymore. Now he's shut up. There's people that feel that in their hearts, folks. That is not normal. That's evil. I made a comment. I severely dislike Gavin Newsom and his policies. I don't like what he's done to that state or to those people. I think he's changed lives forever. I don't wish him dead. I wish him to be voted out. Like everything that our country was founded on is in the toilet. If we disagree with you, politically or otherwise, we're going to stomp you, we're going to stab you, we're going to kill you, we're going to run over you. It ain't guns. It's knives, it's fire, it's pipe bombs, it's cars, it's everything. It's burn stuff down, it's punch 85-year-old people in the middle of the street and cause them to have strokes. I mean, I don't recognize this anymore. And it was happening and happening and happening, right? There's been JFK obviously was killed. Ronald Reagan attempted assassination. Lincoln was obviously killed. One formal assassination on attempt on Trump's life, and another one foiled. It's like, so that's what we resort to. So power and money and holding that. We're just going to eliminate people. That's not what this country was built on. And I'm no freaking historian. I'm a sports guy and I'm a business guy. I mean, I've studied a lot, but I am by no means a political history major. And I've been on a lot of feeds today. I've been asking a lot of people, a whole lot smarter than me. I don't know how you can change this. There was a request for a moment of silence on the floor in Congress today, and the Democrats screamed no. If we can't come together when somebody's murdered, and make no mistake about it, this was an assassination. This was murder. And my own personal belief, I don't have any facts to this. This is just my opinion. This is not your standard lone gunman, okay? I know a lot about handguns. I don't know a lot about rifles. I am a CPL holder. I know handguns. I know the average person could do a lot of damage from 150, 200 yards with a rifle and with certain types of scopes. I got it. I really got it. But these people don't climb on buildings and escape out of there on their own and preset, no security there, very little security, and preset their intention and then execute it. But nobody's seeing it. I mean, we'll hear what the reports are now that they apparently caught the guy. But nobody saw this. And I believe, this again is just my opinion, I believe that the throat was intentional. I don't think it was missed. I think it was attempted as a symbolic. And I believe some of what that person said to shut him up. And I see a lot of the JFK similarities there. Plus, you bleed out extraordinarily fast when that happens, more so than even the chest. Some people tried to say they did it probably because he had a bulletproof vest. He doesn't wear that. They showed pictures before he even, when he was throwing the hats, you would see the bulge. He doesn't wear a vest. Not at those events. He doesn't wear a vest. And can you imagine the amount of threats he's had on his life? But he has his own personal detail. I listened to the sheriff say they had 6. I believe it was the sheriff. It was the sheriff or the county commissioner. There were 6 police officers on the scene, plus his own security. There's no detail. Obviously, he's not a president. He doesn't have security detail. But you know what? Enough of the details of it. It'll all come out. It's just I'm literally sickened. I'm disturbed. I get made fun of because at the end of my show, every single Saturday morning around noon, after I wrap everything up, I say, remember to, my exact words, I say this every week and I'm going to say it again. Hug someone, hold someone, love someone. Life is short. Every single week. And this is what I mean. Gone in an instant. Never came home. I can't even resolve that. I mean, I nearly lost my own life, and I am more disturbed with this. I was in a coma at 44, and I lost my father at 40. He was 45. Tragic, yes. But those two children, he's 32 years old, one of the brightest bulbs that has ever lived, regardless of your beliefs. He was a genius, a dynamo, and he was changing our world in a lot of ways, our country, let's say, in a lot of ways. And I don't think they liked it. And they were threatened by him. And again, I don't have any children. And I don't care about clicks. I don't care about likes. I don't care about follows. That's not why I'm doing this. I just felt necessary to get my point of view out there and in the most decent way that I could, because I was angry. I still am angry. I didn't know him personally, but it feels like I did. When does it stop? I don't, that's the thing. I pride myself on having a lot of answers about a lot of things, and I'm the figure it out guy. And I was a coach of youth for a long time. And I don't know how the future generations survive like this. I don't see how it stops. When you have a news source coming on and saying, maybe he got shot from one of his supporters in a moment of celebration, they won't acknowledge it. They won't say it. And if you want something to change, the first step is to admit it. There's a problem beyond anything that I can comprehend. It's like you become numb to it. It's almost like it's normalized. And that's scary. Are we all vulnerable? Whether we're high profile people like him? I see average, ordinary kids in school getting stomped on. I said to somebody earlier today, yeah, I was 25 or I was 18 once or 14 once, and yeah, I'm going to meet you by the tree. I didn't participate in that. But if somebody else was, yeah, let's go out by the tree after school. And you would watch it, and it was clean. It wasn't dirty. There were no weapons. And if you struck somebody in the face, it stopped. Now people want to kill people. They don't stop. And they use weapons. And everybody's out with a phone, and nobody helps anybody. So it's like, I don't know. It's men, it's women, it's young, it's medium-aged, it's elderly, it's left, it's right, it's red, it's blue. Seems like it happens a lot more to red. And I hope that no one who supports Charlie or MAGA or the Trump team or presidency reacts, because I think a lot of people are angry. I talked to one of my followers, and he said he was at work and he couldn't even he couldn't even process it. He was in shock. This is JFK. It reminds me a lot of MLK, which both happened before I was born. I was born in 72. Kennedy was what, 64, 65? And MLK was before I was born too. That's what this feels like. This guy was a dynamo. I mean, it's going to take on a whole new meaning. Every single week, I'm going to say it even with more authority. Hug somebody, hold somebody, love somebody. Life is short. It could be gone in an instant. You know, he knew. God, it's like, it doesn't even, talking about him in current tense. You know, he knows he was a threat, or that there were threats against him. But he stood up, and he wasn't going to be silenced. And he wasn't divisive. They're saying he's divisive. What person says, if you disagree, come to the front of the line? I'd like to talk to you. Talk, not insult. Point, counterpoint. Makes everything. We always say it. It's cliche. We always say, well, this sure brings things in perspective, now doesn't it? It sure makes you think. Hug someone, hold someone, love someone. Life is short. All of these things that we say, is it just words? And I'm even gonna look at what I'm doing. Because in the sports world, what you see behind here, there's varying opinions just the same as there is politics. Religion, politics, sports. I don't know any more differing views on anything um, than those three things. And how I respond and what I say. And in this business, I mean, you got to go up to that edge a little bit. I get it, but I'm going to alter things a little bit too. This is shaking me, literally shaking me. And this is actually shaking me more than what happened to Trump. And it's not that one is any more meaningful than the other. One's a president and one's a political influencer. It's his age, it's his children, it's his wife. And I'm sure everybody's seen the pictures by now. What do you say to your children? Daddy was talking to people and somebody murdered him. Somebody assassinated him. And what those kids will go through for the rest of their life. What his wife will have to go through the rest of her life. His family, his friends. Because of his opinion. Dude did, to my knowledge, and I've studied him as close as anybody. I don't know that dude has ever done anything harmful to anyone over anything. It's heartbreaking. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? What's going to change? When's it going to change? How's it going to change? It's just even to the point where it doesn't even make sense anymore. It just doesn't make sense anymore. I heard a young man today. His name escapes me. He's like a young Charlie Kirk, and Charlie gave him a chance. And now the guy is walking in the same type of path as Charlie did. And boy, was this young guy impressive today. And you wonder if there's going to be people that fill his shoes. And you wonder if, and I was listening to Sage Steele today, and they have, these public events scheduled, and Sage made a great point. Like, do you not go? But if you don't go, then they win because you become silenced. This young man said, I'm scheduled to speak in whatever time, 2 weeks, 1 week, forget what it was. He's like, I'm going, I'm doing it. He said, my friends, my family, they're telling me not to do it. He said, no, I'm doing it. This is how Charlie would want it. And we can't stop. So basically we have to keep on his memory. And I got to tell you this, if they thought, and I just want to say this, whoever is behind this, I mean, we're not dumb people. You execute something like this with that type of precision, you're either a marksman or you're heavily trained in that area. And if you set up on a place, he didn't just walk there and hop up on that building. He did recon. This has been booked for a long time. It didn't just stumble upon the place and say, oh, I'm going to decide to shoot Charlie Kirk today. No. And this type of stuff is funded. It's it's protected. It's all sorts of things. They better dismantle who this is and how this happened. And maybe it is a lone wolf, but I just truly, truly believe that it's not. These people, and there's some video, and I don't know if it's authentic or not. It appears again that somebody's up on top of a building in a prone position and running across the building. This isn't your local amateur. This isn't your, I don't think this is your local hunter. Now, some people that know the rifles much more than I do because I'm a handgun guy said most of the people who have any experience in shooting at 150 yards, 200 yards, same as with Trump, with the right type of scope, can put that shot pretty much where they want. Who would go to that length? Just your average cuckoo? Just your average person that wanted to shut somebody up? I don't know about that. And I do have confidence in several ways, not every way, but I do have confidence in the FBI that they will turn over every stone and find out if and where the connection is. Because a year ago, the person who assassinated or attempted to assassinate Donald Trump, they cremated him. We haven't heard. Nobody knows. It was swept under the rug, and it can't happen again. So to all my sports fans out there, and there's a lot of people watching right now, those that follow me, I thank you, for just hearing me out and listening. This is different. This is the second political thing that I've ever done on a live shot or recording. I try to keep it separate, but life, sports, and business, I say all the time, are intertwined. And I think that this rocked our country today. And I think, and I pray for that family, and I pray that something good comes out of this and that this man did not die in vain. It just can't. And it makes you question a lot of times, why would somebody's life like this be taken? This guy was not creating harm. He wasn't. Just had a different point of view. And since when is that not okay? Well, no, I shouldn't say since when. It's always been. But since when has it gotten so violent? I can't personally comprehend that, to resort to violence in a moment. And I don't know. I'm no scientist, but it just seems like everything is on its head. Obviously, Trump fought against the other side, but since COVID, it seems like everyone, even including me, I don't think any of us are as if he was. Man, that dude had patience. I don't know if any of us, me included, have as much patience as I once did or that we once did. Cancel culture, protecting yourself. If somebody says something or does something, we're quicker to trigger. My God. So rest in peace, Charlie. May God bless your wife, your children, your entire family. And I'll say what I say every Saturday. And I'll probably do a little tribute at the beginning of the show in the PB for 3 segment this Saturday, as new information will probably be out by then. My gosh. Hug someone, hold someone, love someone. Life is short. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great night.